Brad and I play bass.
I'm Josh and I play guitar.
I'm MC and I'm a vocalist.
And I'm Chris and I play drums.
The most recent description that I've come up with of our band would be if Blondie and The Cure were to go roller skating on laser light night and then go write songs about it. Kind of it, I guess. We write our own music. We're kind of inspired though by the music that we listened to growing up, so like 80s and 90s goth and like rock, pop.
The EP was recorded at a place called Powder Mill Studios by a wonderful engineer producer, Justin Ryan, who did a great job with it. We got linked up with him because he just kind of happened upon one of our shows and got a hold of, he liked us and got a hold of one of our preliminary demos, which were just recorded in the basement.
Yeah,
was he and Josh.
He tracked Josh and I down on Facebook.
There you go. You tried.
I ignored him, apparently.
Yeah,
Okay.
Josh ignored
I have
him,
no
and I was like,
recollection.
"Oh, thank you so much."
So they went to the studio, they checked it out. He really was great. He worked with us and produced a pretty great product, and we're very happy with it.
So my inspiration for the song Echo.
He steps up to his mirror, then gets a little nearer to see a little clearer the face that he loves dearer than any other that he's known. But I know how he feels, so they call me Echo, Echo, Echo.
I really enjoy mythology, and this particular song is based on a Greek-Roman myth of the nymph Echo, who was in love with Narcissus. So it's kind of like a modern telling of that story from her point of view. So I guess the song is kind of, it's about someone who is in love with someone who is in love with themselves. And they would follow that person to the ends of the world, and that person really couldn't give a shit. But it's pretty. So yeah, so that's basically it.
I enjoyed the marriage there between musically. What happened in that song was basically Brad had a really nice riff that we decided should probably be the verse, and then I came up with a chorus that seemed to not really fit all that well when we first kind of ran through it, but we were kind of like, okay, let's just, it fits, so let's work with it. Just remember the
Oh, we
verse and then
diagrammed
the
it.
chorus.
It took
Yeah.
a lot longer than we think it did. We like to think it was magic and lightning struck, but it actually took about 5 or 6 attempts to make it work.
Oh, Kitty Fight Song was one of our earlier songs. It was actually a song that I had fleshed out pretty much the entire structure for before the band had ever started.
When flyer, she's a space cadet, she's a slip and slider and a high-risk bet. Learning the
And it was one of the things that I felt like if I was going to start a new band, one of these things that I had been doing, I'd hope that it would be in this vein. It was like sort of dancey, a little dark, very Cure-esque, The Cure, referencing The Cure, which is my favorite band.
Show him your tattoo!
Show my tat. It was great because when we all worked on it, what ended up happening with that idea was far better than anything that I had ever thought would happen with that idea. Even though I thought most of the song was pretty fleshed out, it was pretty boring. And then when the rest of the band added, like especially when MC added her vocals to it, she took I don't know what she took. She took something. She took something and ran with it.
Don't do drugs. El Monstro actually is the one song on the EP that I think most people are going to grab onto because of the lyrics. That there's an element of relation within the lyrics of that song that most people will feel. So that's really, other than being an upbeat, kind of dancey, kind of look.
It's a very
into
dance rock song.
It is. It's a
very
dance rock
straightforward.
song, but the lyrics are a look into the truth behind what people are within their relationship.
Thug Love is kind of a product of us just jamming around and doing our own little disco thing.
I like how rhythmic it is. It's very rhythmic. Like when you break it down, what's happening between the bass and the
Everything's a
guitar?
dancer.
The drums go back and
Shows
forth
companion.
between mirroring what's happening between the bass and the guitar, and then when we come together on the choruses with the lyrics and the voice in the chorus, it's really nice. And we decided to keep it very short because we felt like it's a nice hit it and quit it kind of song.
Thug Love, hit it and quit it.
Death in the Garden. I was talking about this dead rat that was in my garden.
One day a furry friend showed up in my garden.
And Chris said, "You should write a song about that."
No, you should preface it by saying that you watched this rat decompose in your garden.
Well, okay.
She was obsessed slightly with watching.
It's
this
not as
rat.
gross as it sounds.
No, but you
because
would
the-
check on it every day when you came home to see what progress had been made.
What
This
stage
rat-
of decomp it
Yes.
is in?
So if the rat had been like a freshly killed dead rat sitting in my garden, that would have been pretty nasty. It would have smelled bad and it would have been like festering and whatever. This rat showed up in my garden one day and it was, again, all in the lyrics to the song. It was completely flat. Like all there was bones and pelt on this rat. And the way that I first noticed it is its tail was coming out from in between my flowers and it looked like a root of something that would have been too big to be a flower, and then I realized it was a rat tail, but all it was the skin and bones of the tail. So then, yeah, I kind of became fascinated with it, and one day my housemate came home and I was like, "Hey, did you see that rat in the garden?" She's like, "Yeah, it's gross, right?" And so I assumed she threw it away and she didn't, so then I didn't either, and I kept waiting and I finally decided I was gonna take its little skull, but it was taking so long. When I moved out of that apartment, I decided like now's the time. So I took the little skull and
It's in my
it's
basement
at
currently.
Chris's house
We have it.
because I plan on making a shadow box
She will make a shadow
out of
box.
that skull, and the
Called-
shadow box will be called Death in the Garden.
So right now we're gearing up towards our EP release, which is happening on July 8th. And you can get the EP online through several media sources, but check out, of course, our website at danceforthedying.com for more details. And we're doing an EP release show at the Red Palace downtown DC, again on July 8th. So come check it out. It'll be fun. Really, it'll be fun.
Really, really, really fun. Really fun.
fun.
So much fun.
Super
Oh my
fun's
god.
fun,
I know I'm
guys.
gonna have fun.
I'm
Are you gonna have
so
fun?
much fun.
You're gonna have fun. It's gonna be so much fun.
This band has been, thus far, one of the best band experiences I've ever had, and I've had many since I've been playing since I was very young. And I have to say a huge thank you to Justin Long, who helped us with the production of our music and the recording of the EP. I have to say an even huger thank you to SNACKTRUCK Media, who has pro bonoed the shit out of everything for us. So thank you guys, seriously, so much for everything. Use SNACKTRUCK Media and use Justin Long as much as possible and pay them lots of money that we can't.
Thanks, guys.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.